Hi guys, Samuel Larsen here, and let's cover the 5 most important factors affecting your conversion rate. Now, you might want to think of your e-commerce store, your website, and think how do you perform on this, and make it really relevant to you by even ranking yourself on these factors. Then you can go ahead and get these kind of easy wins by identifying where are you lacking the most. So let's get started. Of course, conversion rates are really complicated, so we are oversimplifying them, but we could really take, I would say, 80% of the issues and problems and benefits, whatever, and put them into these brackets. So really depends, but I would say most of these fall into this. So first of all is the relevancy. Now, most people actually don't realize that there is 2 kinds of relevancy in any e-commerce store, website, whatever that is. Now, conversion rates are not just about your website. It's also about traffic. So when you are assessing relevancy, you have to see how your traffic is relevant to your site and how your site is relevant to your traffic. So our conversion rate will be really terrible if we are guiding grandmas to buy gaming gear if they don't want gaming gear and they don't know how to use online stores. So obviously our conversion rate is going to be 0. But let's say the same store with the perfect traffic could be 5%. So obviously you don't know unless you got the right traffic. So this is why testing business ideas can be a little bit difficult, because you first have to find your traffic, and if you just knew that the traffic would be perfect, then you could test ideas really easily. But it's not the case. So relevancy of the offer, but also relevancy of the traffic. So both of those. Also, you want to really hit the user motivation here in the first ideas, first seconds, to really hit home that relevancy and make the user know that this is for him. So the second point is the relationship. This is the relationship with the user that you have. And this is not something that is built overnight. You will have a certain number of returning visitors, and returning visitors convert better. So obviously it's going to have an impact on your conversion rate. Now, we can take a great example here, Amazon.com. Great example for pretty much everything e-commerce related. But their conversion rates are way beyond anything we see on other stores. And the reason really is the relationship, and also you could say the traffic knows that they're going to go and shop there. Now, building relationships takes time, and it's not something that you also do in a very short period of time. So it's not something that you can get an instant boost, but if you are able to build more users, if you can get them to come back to your site, obviously that's going to boost your conversion rate. All right, third point. It's really your value proposition, or your, you could say, cost to value ration. So how good is your offer? If you are selling something that somebody else is selling for 10 bucks, you're selling it for 100 bucks. That's a horrible value, and your conversion rate will be probably terrible, because it's just people are going to see that this same thing will be there somewhere else for a lot cheaper, and you're not really offering any kind of feasible value. So that will be really bad for your conversion rate. Now, on the other hand, if you have a unique brand, something that is kind of like protected in a sense, maybe it's a patent, something unique, and your customers know what they're going to get, they understand the value, you're explaining it really well, then that's going to be a good thing for your conversion rate, obviously, and it's going to decrease your cost to value ration, and then you are going to convert more, obviously. All right, fourth point, copywriting. So, how good is your copy? Now, great copywriters have a way of selling with words and making it really hit home for that audience. And they go inside the mind of the visitor and almost, you could say, perform their magic. And with great copy, you're obviously going to sell more, even if these other points aren't like super on point. Obviously, bad copy will hurt your sales, so make sure to rank yourself here. And really, you are not the best evaluator of your copy. So a great way to find out where you stand on this one is to ask somebody who's really good at copywriting to just give you an audit. Like they can give you a good feedback in a couple hours. Doesn't cost you all that much, and you will know instantly where you are on this. One other great tip for improving your copy: ask your users how they're describing your product, why they're buying, etc., and then you can improve your value proposition. All right, fifth point, the final element here is design, user experience, and really usability in general. So this is, you could say, like the 20% if we're equally dividing this. And something that sometimes gets a little bit too much of importance. So people think just because I have an amazing store, it will sell automatically. But you still need traffic. You still need to have a valid business model. So if we're combining these 5 points here, we have a 20% business model, 40% traffic, and 2 points on the actual website. So really, website is only 40%, your traffic is 40%, and your business model needs to be there as well. But you really need all 5 of these to work. So if you have a completely unusable website, you're not going to sell. If your copy is terrible, you're not going to sell. If your cost value is horrible, you're not going to sell. And at the same time, if your traffic is not doesn't want what you're selling, you're not going to sell. And also, if your relationship is like completely new and you're offering a lot in the beginning, you're pretty much not going to sell. So these 5 main points are something that build on top of each other, and you need to take care of every single one of them. You cannot just say like, okay, we're just going to be awesome at 4 and like completely disregard copywriting. That's pretty much never going to work. So make sure that you audit yourself on all of these points, and really give yourself and your store an honest assessment of where you are exactly. And this way you will have a clear roadmap on where to improve. And hopefully you have enough traffic to actually run split tests and get a little bit scientific, because everybody has opinions, but not everybody can actually validate them. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more e-commerce and conversion optimization videos, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.